So this video been on my head for a minute, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually make a whole order and list them and talk about this. The best, most disrespectful combos in Naruto history, man. Bro, do you know how many combos on this list, my nigga? It's so many honorable mentions that I'm not even gonna talk about that I gotta do a second video for. I'm not gonna hold you. But we gotta go in order. I don't wanna like talk about like Shippuden and go back to the OG. So I'm gonna start from OG, then I'm gonna go to Shippuden. Because I feel like that's fair and I feel like that's valid, right? So anyway, we gotta start it off strong. Rock Lee versus Guard. We just gotta get it out the way. Let's get it out the way. I'm not gonna lie. The most disrespectful part of this fight, when that nigga started dropping his weights, that was already kind of cold. But the disrespect when that nigga was running around that nigga in a circle, hitting that nigga in the back of the head, dropping that nigga, hitting that nigga in the side of his head. Man, what? That nigga Rock Lee, man, I'm not gonna hold you. In my eyes, that nigga won that fight. I don't care what them judges was talking about. That nigga won that fight. That was disrespectful, but that's not even like, I can't put that on the top tier only because the whole fight was cold and he was disrespecting him, but I can't put that on the top tier. Neji versus that Neji 8 trigrams versus Naruto was so cold. My nigga put like 32 all in his chest. My nigga was basically getting jumped by one nigga. I ain't never seen that in anime in my life. I'm like, bro, that nigga Neji had the potential to be so tough, and they fumbled the bag, bro. Neji was so tough. Kid Neji can beat almost everybody, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. And I'm not gonna cap. In the middle of this, I'm gonna ask you, okay? I'm gonna ask you a question. Who do you think would have won that fight? Black Suit Sasuke versus Neji. If they really got to boxing, just real quick, who you think would have won that fight? I don't have a valid opinion on that because I honestly do not know who would have won that fight. I can biasly say Sasuke maybe, because that nigga knew the Chidori. But I don't know because Neji got the rotation though, so I don't think niggas touching him for real. That's just me though. So I don't know. It's a hard question. That's why I gotta ask y'all boys. Okay, number 3. Naruto versus Sasuke, the first kid fight. That three-piece combo that Naruto gave Sasuke on the water. Them boys walking on water, that nigga gave him the easiest, smeeziest 3-piece combo. Had that nigga flying. And did the same thing as an adult versus Ishiki. That was cold. I'm not gonna lie, I can't put that Ishiki fight on this list though, only because like it was already recreated once. Okay, let's slow down, because now we into Shippuden, right? So now we really talking, because Shippuden, that's my thing right there. I love Shippuden so much. Do y'all remember that Killer Bee versus Sasuke fight? When Sasuke was basically on his rampage and he was just running through the village acting like he that nigga. I ain't gonna cap though, he was beating a lot of niggas. But once he ran into Killer Bee, it was a whole problem. That nigga Killer Bee wasn't even phased. He looking at their whole friend group like they some kids. Bro came up with a book in his hand. He writing down rhymes before they even box. Sasuke looking back at the group like, nigga, what's going on? What this nigga finna do? Whole time, he wrote down rhymes for later. This nigga not even really prepared to fight. He like, whole time, I gotta run through this nigga real quick so I can get back to my studio. Whole time, that's what he was thinking, I'm telling you. After that, but that nigga Killer Bee did not hold back not once. He fought him like a grown man. First of all, I wouldn't even pull up on nobody with 8 swords and one of them in the mouth. Pause. That nigga had a sword in his mouth. He jumping up in the air. He got this nigga. Killer Bee had that nigga looking up in the air, looking left, right, not knowing what this nigga gonna do with the Sharingan. And you know how sharp Sasuke is. Like Sasuke ain't no weak nigga. Like that's a sharp nigga, right? So if Killer Bee is making this nigga look all behind him and stuff like that, getting this nigga confused off of 8 swords, you know that nigga Killer Bee nice for real. And then whole time, he's slicing this nigga up, slicing his face up, jumping all around this nigga, beating that nigga up. And then he gave him a mean one in the chest. That whole fight, I gotta put it on the list. I can't even dissect one moment. What was the most disrespectful moment? I guess you could say when he punched him in the chest, but that whole fight was just straight up disrespect. That's when Sasuke met a real nigga for once. I'm not gonna hold you. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Killer Bee gave him the best humbling check I've ever seen. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay, so now we can talk about the war arc, right? The war arc, I feel like I skipped a lot. Like I skipped the pain invasion, but all that stuff is honorable mentions that I'm gonna do another separate video for. So yeah, but we're gonna just talk about the good stuff for now. So skipping to all the way to the war arc, my nigga. Do you remember that fight, Kakashi versus Obito? The best fight in Naruto, the best fight in anime. I'm not gonna lie, that might be the best fight in anime history. In my eyes. In my eyes. In my eyes. We got a lot of top anime fights like freaking Uzui versus Gyutaro. Naruto versus Sasuke up there too. But that Kakashi versus Obito was just straight hands. Just straight, who is him? It was the question of who is him in this fight. Like, cause I'm not gonna lie, it was so evenly matched up and evenly based. I didn't even know who was gonna really like come out on top. And to be honest, them niggas didn't even finish. That nigga Obito got up out of there. So whole time, if they would have finished that fight, I don't know who would have died, low key. Anyway though, remember that time Obito grabbed this nigga Kakashi's hand. Kakashi looking like, oh, hold on, what this nigga finna do? He grabbed this nigga, made a whole fireball jujutsu with his own hand. That is disrespect. I'm not gonna lie, if a nigga grab your hand and make you do something that you don't wanna do, that's disrespect. So I'm not gonna lie, that was already like OD, right? This nigga, boom, he moved back, he jumped back, did a whole fat fireball jutsu at this nigga face. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't hit Kakashi though. Kakashi way sharper than that. He put up like a mud wall and all type of stuff. So it didn't work. It didn't work. But bro, the disrespect of even attempting that, y'all gotta see my vision. Like, I know I'm not tripping, bro. I know I'm not tripping. Y'all gotta see my vision, bro. After that, right? Okay, so now, boom, that whole fight was fire, by the way. That's a 10 out of 10 fight. If you say otherwise, I don't even know if you like anime for real. I'm not gonna hold you. Now, fast forward, we talking about the Naruto versus Sasuke fight. I'm not gonna lie, this whole fight was beautiful. It was art, in my opinion. Everything about it was art. That first universal pull that Sasuke hit on Naruto, when it was like 4 shadow clones, that nigga, he hit him. He kicked him in the air. That nigga looked back with the whole Renegon. Hey, hold on, where you going? Spin had 4 of them niggas, and all you can see is that nigga Amaterasu as a blade going in that nigga's stomach. Did this nigga just try to kill my nigga Naruto like that? Like, just like that? But whole time, you know, Naruto, he kind of started with it though, so he had the little nine-tailed fox chakra to protect him. You know how that BS go. But all that stuff was just plot armor. And no, I'm not gonna say plot armor because both of those niggas have plot armor. So it was a really based evenly fight. I'm not gonna lie. But that whole fight was cool. But fast forward, the same fight, that nigga Sasuke also did the same thing Obito did. I don't know if that nigga had a Uchiha clan clash and they just started to abuse that freaking jutsu where they just started snatching niggas' hands. I don't even know what that was. I don't know if these niggas talked before. These niggas got a group chat where they just talk about stealing niggas' jutsus and using their hands. I don't know what they got going on. But all I know is he used Naruto's hand and made the same fireball jutsu, hitting this nigga. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't hit him. I think Naruto was hopping around. It didn't hit him. But bro, do you see the vision though? That is mad disrespectful, yo. When I was watching that fight, I'm like, yo, this nigga Sasuke really trying to kill that man. Hey, I want y'all to peep something though. Sasuke was trying to really kill that man with his like full intent to kill. But Naruto was only defending himself and hitting that nigga with counterattacks. If Naruto was trying to kill Sasuke, it would have been a dead match. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga would have killed him in 5 minutes. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I'll say like 10 minutes max. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway though, yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about that though. I just wanted to talk about the most disrespectful and the most disrespectful combos in Naruto, man. I gotta start flushing these videos out. I mean, I feel like I'm not as consistent as I want to be. Definitely not. I mean, I think I took a break a little bit again. It wasn't. Yeah, I gotta hit up with y'all niggas again. If y'all want to follow the Instagram, y'all follow that. I'm gonna put it up if I need to. Yeah, peace out, y'all. Y'all be safe. Have a great day at that.